Well, if you go rent the movie Cartoon Hercules, there's two versions of this story. I'm going to give you the other one in a minute. The devil, this particular blue god, he was blue looking. That's the blue-black gods that they talk about. You see them in India. They got a whole section on the blue gods that in the book, the Black Sun, and it's talking about that they're blue because of some stuff that's coursing through their veins called occultum. Occultum is the word that they used to call melanin before they named it melanin at Yale University in 1959. So occultum and melanin is the same thing. You see what I'm saying? As I refresh your memory from the last lecture, that it also bears witness in that book that the skull and bones, the reason why they're called the skull and bones is because they eat the mumia, or what they call the black substance, out of the bones of the, especially made in the skull, this black resin, which is melanin left over out of the bones of dead black people, or dead indigenous people who have melanin. So they are a form of vampires. It also goes on to say up in there that they even eat live pineal glands. It's in the book, The Black Sun. Because of this occultum. It's also bears witness that I told you. Now this book came out in August. I told you about a brother that I met in April and said that when they were over in he met a brother that he went to school with. He lives in Baltimore. He met a brother that he went to school with, and he was talking with the brother because he hadn't seen the brother in 20 years. And he saw the brother. It was in 1990. The brother was driving a van, and the brother had all these glasses, and in the glasses they had pineal glands. So he said, well, what are you doing? He said, well, every time somebody dies or they kill somebody in homicide, they take the pineal glands out and we ship them to Johns Hopkins, which is bullshit. If you know anything about Maryland, they got a building over there, the George Washington Masonic Memorial. And at the top of that building, at the top of the actual George Washington, they got a black hand reaching down and white people reaching up to heaven to grab the black hand. And you can go visit it for about $4 to $7. And each floor, it goes all the way to so many floors. But each floor got the York Rotten Masonry, got their floor. Skull and Bones got their damn floor. So if they were doing it, they were shipping the shit to that Masonic group, because in the book, The Black Sun, he says that we are nothing but spineless, mindless slaves of elite people that can do what the fuck they want with us. And basically, they eat the live pineal glands out of black people and get a high. Now, to let you know, now it's documented in the book. You can go and see the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Shit is still out. Gross movie about motherfucker on drug in the 1960s. And in there, he talk about digesting a live pineal gland. And this man was on all kind of drugs and could operate. But his friend gave him a live adrenaline gland. Shit was a pineal gland. They just said adrenaline gland. And when he ate that damn pineal gland, this motherfucker was in the movie. He went through the movie and took every damn drug in the damn world. That motherfucker played hell when he ate that pineal gland. Man, shit was coming all out the walls. When he woke up, the room was messed up. So it's in the movie Fear and Loathing, and they documented in the book The Black Sun. They got a whole chapter on occultum. That's melanin. Now, getting back to this particular information, Zeus had a son. You go see the movie. Once he became into the physical body, he became mortal. He became the person to overthrow Zeus. Now, let me explain this to you. The God you said, this is what you said. Then you say, now what did you say? That the entity came to you and said, that's why they don't like you, because you always talking shit. And they trying their best to keep us from rising. Because there's a group of beings that's doing it. They work through the church. That's their realm. Organized religion. Now, they told you that they didn't want to rise. Let me tell you, they didn't want us to rise. Let me tell you the real deal on them. They are jealous of us because they don't have this, the Kundalini. They lost it. Prometheus went to heaven and stole fire in a tube and took it down to us. You see? That's what they're mad about. The serpent went up the tree and bit the apple. We got the damn rod to bring the damn New Jerusalem on, and they're jealous of us because they don't have the goddamn energy. So immediately when in the movie when Hercules was stolen from Zeus, Hercules became higher than Zeus because he got a spinal cord in the Kundalini chakras, which is the doggone serpent of the universe, which is the great mother that was created before Zeus. Remember I talked about the great mother was also the serpent, Leviathan, the dragon? We got the dragon and them guys don't have the dragon. You get where I'm coming from here? And that's what they're mad about. So that's why even at the end of the movie, I couldn't figure the movie out. He was supposed to go to heaven and chill with Zeus. He said, no, I'm staying down here on earth. He had a little cutie pie down here. But you got to see the cartoon. They're dropping the shit up in there. Let's go on. Zeus will be overthrown, according to the Greek mythology, one day by a son, Hercules. But Hercules also is a form of Titan, the energy hidden within Sirius B. All this is based on melanin, the top of the Kundalini spine. Remember I talked about some shit called virile power. Let me get you a book right here. This is a book you need to get. I'll tell her to access it. This is a book called The Mystery, The Lost World of Agartha. Lost World of Agartha by Alec McLeland. Put out by Souvenir Press, I think it's put out by. Yeah, Souvenir Press. Now, listen to this. I want to read something to you again. Y'all bear with me. But let me read this to you again so it won't make no mistake what the hell is going on here. Talking about this melanin right here. Then I'll read some other stuff. I want you to access another book. Listen. It says, remember now Adolf Hitler and everybody, now if you get the Black Sun, it starts off with virile power that Adolf Hitler and everybody was trying to access. The whole world, World War II was fought trying to access this virile power. It later on becomes occultum. And from occultum, once they accessed it by taking Joseph Mengele's papers. Joseph Mengele is the doctor of death. He created cloning, and he also synthesized the mysteries of melanin. With the concentration camps, because they took gypsies and put it in there too, and plus some of them Jews over there had a Negro element, being also a part of the bastardized children of the Moors that used to rule Europe. You get it? They synthesized melanin in 1959 and it became the word melanin. Before it was melanin, it was occultum. Before it was occultum, it was virile. The last time we hear of it is called The Force. 1977, George Lucas, Star Wars. But before it was called virile, it was called the real force. That's where George Lucas get his shit from. Coming from what? The Jedi, which is the backbone of Osiris. In the book, the Return of the Serpent, they talk about the Jedi of Egypt. Now, in here, Blavatsky is talking, and this guy accessed, he said that this virile energy is the Kundalini in this book. Now, he just wrote the book in 1982. So this is years after 1888 when Blavatsky got it from Bulwer Lytton's book. What happened was this. Let me explain this to you. Y'all bear with me. I know it's hot, but you got to hear this kind of stuff. Listen. There was a guy by the name of Bulwer Lytton, or Beulah Lytton. This white boy in the 1800s, which was a regular scholar, he wrote all kind of history books and novels, and then out of the blue, this esteemed scholar just writes this book about this ancient race that used to live before us, that now live in the subterranean world, but one day they will come up and replace man with this virile power. Now go see the Go see the X-Files movie, because this thing was supposed to replace man. That's you. Replacing yourself to a higher level. You get it? You replace yourself from within yourself. Okay? Now, in this particular part of Bereal, he says, years later, he does the research of what this real power and comes up with the same conclusion that was given to Yale University in the Skull and Bones in the 1950s from Joseph Mengele, that they wrestled out of Germany. The doctor of death of the concentration camps came to America and gave him this shit. Told him how to clone, make duplicates, which you can get in the movie. They go through the whole shit in the movie. And they mention black people in the movie also twice. The movie Boys from Brazil. They go through the whole cloning thing, and also he showed them how to do the melanin thing with the Bereal. But let me explain what it says. Let's get this one thing here, okay? This vibratory force. So in 1977 it comes up as the force. No one can underestimate the powers of the force, or the dark side, all is part of the damn force in the Star Wars. This vibratory force, which is aimed at an army in the Agni Ruth, fixed at a flying vessel or balloon, according to the instructions of the Ashtar Veda, which is the Indian text, reduces the ashes of 10,000 men and their elephants as easy as it would a dead rat. That's this force. This alleged in the Vishnu Purana and in the Ramayana and other Indian texts, the fable of a sage Kapaliya. Kapaliya is another, this sage, this black man, who glance made mountains of ashes of King Saros, 60,000 sons, is explained in the esoteric works called Kapaliya's Eye, the third eye. So third eye texts in India talk about using this force and turning a damn army of 60,000 men into a mountain of ashes. She goes on to say that this satanic force of our generations will be allowed to add to the Antichrist boy toys is known as what? Melanite. There you have it. In both volumes of the Secret Doctrines, or the one book in the Bereal Mystery, The World of Agartha, Alec McLeland. Melanite. The dynamite explosives, orange, or flower baskets, orange, melanin, melange, orange substance in Dune, the movie Dune, and other innocent names. It is a modern artillery, i.e. a bloodthirsty antichrist, because you are the antichrist, the beast, the sphinx. A bloodthirsty antichrist that will reduce Europe in a few days to a primitive, chaotic state where no man is left alive to tell the tale. I want to read that again. To reduce Europe, cracker's ass, in a few days to a primitive, chaotic state that no man is left to tell alive to tell the tale. This force has become common to property of all men alike. Bullshit. They thought it was because she wrote this in 1888. Then when they synthesize it, can only get it from the black. When you take it out of the body, it changes its form. You see what I'm saying? Now, that is this Bereal force that I talked about the last time. This Bereal force in Egypt is called the Baba force. The Baba force. Now, I got to give you the book number because I don't want y'all motherfuckers saying, oh, that nigga saying he the one. I'll give you the book number so y'all motherfuckers read, because I don't want to fall under the fate of all the other niggas out here. The Baba force, I give you the name of the Ba B force. The book is The Serpent in the Sky. Starting from page 146. The Serpent in the Sky is the name of the book. Can't think of the guy's name right now to come to me. From 146 to 158. The Baba force of the Babi force, or the Babi force or the Babi force. That's the same damn force that is the Bereal power. So if you want to understand more about this Bereal power, you're going to get this book, but you're going to also get Serpent in the Sky. I can't think of his name right. It'll come to me in a few minutes. Who made Serpent in the Sky? You know, Serpent in the Sky. Can't think of the guy's name. Blue Book, the Blue Book. Oh, yeah, Egypt. Serpent in the Sky. That's the name of the book, but I'm trying to think of the author. John Anthony West. He's the same guy that broke the mystery that the Sphinx was older than 3,000 years older. That goes back to damn 90,000 years. You can get that information in the same damn book. But he goes into the Bobby force, which is this particular force that is supposed to come so you won't reincarnate into a body, but to tear up the damn body and tear up the damn world in the cycle of reincarnation. That's the Bobby force of the Babby force, or you get the word Babylon because the Sphinx is also a part of that real power of melanin. It all ties in. You see what I'm saying? It all ties in. So the Bobby power of Babylon, the Babylonian is the Sphinx, the beast, Tiamat, 666, 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, which is that particular force. Just bearing witness to things you already know, the people who've been following me. The beast Sphinx is the middle of the earth. The beast is the Sphinx that sits in the middle of the earth. That's the great beast that they're talking about. The beauty in the beast is also the woman that sits on top of the lion paws, which is the whole thing with the Sphinx thing. Now, going into the history of Azazel, going right along. The movie Fallen talked about this god Azazel. Also, Spawn is a part of that Azazel thing. Now, what happened is this. When you read the Azazel story, it's simple. You're going to get two stories. If you want to, the Hebrew thing tries to demonize it. So if you want to get the complete story, you can get 2 books, get 3 books, get as many as you can. But if you want to get the complete story, you're going to access this book. If you want to find out more about the entity that was seen in the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington, first you go and buy the Book of Enoch. If you can't find the Book of Enoch, get the book The Devil by Jeffrey Burton Russell. See, motherfuckers scared of the devil, all you have to do is just study this shit. Jeffrey Burton Russell. You see what I'm saying? And in there, they will have a whole lot of stuff on Azazel. If you can't get the Book of Enoch. But also, Azazel in Greek is Prometheus. This is a book that just came out on Prometheus. The archetype of the human existence. The archetypal image of the human existence, Prometheus, by Carl Kerenyi, Kerenyi, Kerenyi. And in this particular book, the same Prometheus that I told you that they label as the devil, in here is showing that his shit is identical to the Christ. Now, let's go into this. So, in the Azazel thing, the story goes like this. After we were crushed and put down here, the gods in heaven wanted us to be like spineless dummies, just walk around hunting and gathering and stupid. Azazel comes down and teaches the man how to read, write, and the arts of magic and all the science that we have now to become back gods. For the mere fact that he taught the people to read, he's been called the chief demon of hell, and he was cast down into hell for trying to help us. Remember the whole story? Jesus died to save us all? That shit comes from the Prometheus story or the Azazel story. Now, Prometheus did what? He went up to heaven and stole fire in a tube to give the man so man could become gods through the Kundalini energy. Okay? So Jesus sacrificed to save us all. Remember now, I told you that the serpent, the Kabbalistic breakdown of the serpent and the Kabbalistic breakdown of the Messiah, the numbers are the same. Now, going on. Yeah. It's a form, yeah. Yeah, it's the same serpent of Genesis. But it, in the Kabbalistic thing, it goes a little more clarity. The book, The Secrets of the Kabbalah, by J.F.C. Fuller, a little black book, he goes into it. Secrets of the Kabbalah by J.F.C. Fuller. That little black book, he goes into it. In one thing, he's Prometheus, a Metatron, another one, he's Samuel the serpent. You see what I'm saying? It depends on, you see, how you view it. Okay, so so Prometheus and Azazel is one they're saying. In Egypt, Tahuti gave the man art and writing and the mysteries of magic. That's a form of Elijah in Christian mythology. And so the reincarnation of that Elijah, because it's prophesied in the Bible and the Torah that Elijah would reincarnate over and over and over to a people that gets in trouble. His people that gets in trouble. Whenever they get to their lowest point, Elijah comes born on the planet to give them the science, purify the nation by telling them who the devil is. That's in the book, The People of the Secret. They got it from an ancient text called The Wandering Jew. That's Elijah, and they talk about Elijah Muhammad. You see what I'm saying? Now, Prometheus was chained to a pillar in Tartarus. That's just the earth. Jesus was chained to a cross, a pillar, a cross, same shit. This is the pillar and the cross because Jesus is on the inside, or the Christ is on the inside. Into the pillar is the physical body. So Prometheus is also chained and trapped into the physical body. So all this is talking about us. Let me show you the similarities. Jesus is nailed to the cross, just as Prometheus is chained to a pillar. A spear pierces the side of Jesus, as the story goes. In the Promethean myth, a vulture eats out the liver of Prometheus. You see? Hercules, which is Heru Horus in Egypt, frees Prometheus, and Hercules incarnates as Hercules or Heru or Harmarku, which is the Sphinx, as Typhon, the youngest son of Gaia, which is all talking about this energy coming to free everybody. So he freed Prometheus. It's the Kundalini energy coming to free this thing, if you get it. That's what the mythology is talking about. Going on. Azazel taught man how to read and gave him all of this particular information. Also in the book, The Fallen Angels, they talk about that. A little book I talked about a few minutes ago. I'll get his name. Bamberger's book. Azazel is Prometheus. Prometheus is also a form of the Christ. So you can get this stuff in this Prometheus book also too. After Azazel sacrificed himself, because he was cast into hell when he did this, just like Prometheus was. Azazel sacrificed himself. Jesus was cast into a vault, a tomb, the concealed one. The tomb is the same as Tartarus, which is on the inside of your head, if you get this stuff. Prometheus was sacrificed also to save man when he stole fire from the gods. Prometheus, what kind of fire did Prometheus steal? You see, you got to keep on going and trying to read different mythological books, because the cracker deletes shit because he don't want you to put the piece together. The name of the fire that Prometheus stole was a glowing charcoal from the chariot of the sun, or Olympus. Charcoal is what? Carbon, melanin. A glowing charcoal, melanin, and that's what he stole, which is a form of cosmic fire. Moving right along. Let me give you the other mythology on how we link up as the gods. And understand this. As the gods. Hera is Isis. She's married to Zeus. Hera gets mad at Zeus because Zeus is fucking around with all the women all over heaven and the women on earth. So Hera gets with the Titans, because the Titans is mad because the Titans used to rule the universe. They was overthrown by Zeus. Zeus defeated them. So what Hera did during the war, but this was before the war ended, because the Titans went to war, the old gods went to war with Zeus. Went to war with Zeus. Tell them if they want to come in, they can. Tell Carlos if he want to come in. I think they got some seats back there. Yeah. Listen. So let me go back to this. The Titans, before they were finally defeated, they were in a war with Zeus. Hera was mad at Zeus because Zeus was fucking all these women. That's what the mythology say. Hera goes to the Titans and gave the Titans some toys because Zeus has now had a young son, and that young son is called Dionysus. This is the form of Osiris in the Egyptian mythology. The Titans take the toy, give it to Dionysus, and lull him away from his resting place or his playpen from around Zeus. Then they take Dionysus and rip him to pieces like Osiris and eat his ass. Limb to limb and eat him. Zeus finds out get bad, shoots a arrow and burns up the Titans. Then he takes the Titans' ashes, which is this charcoal, and makes man out of it, out of this melanin, which is burnt up titanium ash, the excrement from a previous thing. You getting all of this? It's beautiful, the myth, how it goes. Because the Titans ate Dionysus, and man was turned into, man was made out of the titanium dust, and Dionysus was inside of the Titans. Man has both the titanium dust of the old and the Dionysus dust of the new, because all of his sons, Zeus' son was going to overthrow his ass anyway. So man becomes the benefactor of two energies, the Kundalini energy of Dionysus and the black dot energy, no, the Kundalini energy of the serpent, which is the older energy of Tiamat, the serpent and the dragon. And the newer energy of Dionysus that would inevitably overthrow the father anyway. So we got both of the energies in us. We are the complete people to make this shit happen. And this symbol is the symbol of that particular energy. You getting it? It's all now. Going on. Let's deal with this type of stuff. Which leads to what is called a new man. Let me get in that in a few minutes. But let me finish this Bobby Power up. In the Greek mythology, they talk about the children of Echidna. Now let's get the book. We're going to get the book Greek Myths. Now I just saw it around here. Hold on 1 minute. Get the book Greek Myths by Robert Graves. There it is. Okay, let's look this up. Children of Echidna on page 30. The children of Echidna bore a dreadful brood to Titan, mainly Cerberus, a three-headed hound of hell, Hydra, a many-headed water serpent, which is also Leviathan. You can see all these deities when you go get Jason in the Argonauts movie. That's what we are. A three-headed serpent, Hydra, a many-headed water serpent, living at Lerna, Shimmeria, a fire-breathing goat with a lion's head. That's where that devil stuff comes in. You see? And a serpent's body. Arthurus, you get the word, Arthur, King Arthur. This is a form of that. I'll tell you that later on in a few minutes. A two-headed hound, Gryphon, who lays with another mother and forgets her, the Sphinx, the Nemean lion. Now, let me explain this to you. Echidna means Sirius, the dog star, based on the Greek myths. Robert Graves. All these particular entities that look like demons and shit I've been explaining, I just explained to you all these hideous-looking demons. That's hieroglyphics for their power. The most gross the demons are in the ancient mythology, the more powerful they are. You get it? That's all it is. That's what the children of Sirius is. But the last one was called the Sphinx. So all of these powers are in the beast, the Sphinx, which is also the black dot. That's what all this shit is talking about. It's talking about powers if you read the text. So now, the giants revolt. After the Titans was burnt up, Gaia with Earth, she produced a god called Typhon, which was in the beginning. Typhon came down, and he was so fearsome, he scared Zeus and all his demiurge motherfuckers to death. They ran to Egypt to hide out. This is mythology, but it's all... That's how the ancients explain shit that's going on through mythology. You get it? This is how we do things. Typhon scared the hell out of them. Zeus finally defeated Typhon, which basically he he just hurled him down and put a rock on top of him and caught him up under what is called Mount Etna. So you get the Etna insurance. That's what this, Mount Etna, which is the mount or a rock or a stone. That stone, the philosopher's stone, which is the pineal gland, holds this Titan energy. The Bobby power is the Leviathan power, or the Titan, last son of Gaia power, which is also the virile power that Hitler and them was talking about. Titan is also Sirius B, the youngest son of Gaia. Arthur, or Arthurus, comes from the word O-R-T-H-U-S. I told you that Arthur is the Osirian mythology, but his is linked with Sirius. Also in the Sirius mystery, he links the word O-R-A, T-H-U-R-S, with Sirius A or Sirius B. Anyway, King Arthur is that same thing. I was talking about Arthur in the round table. So Arthur also represents a knight in the round table, so he would be the center of the round table. This is all primal mythology. Now we're getting closer to what is the part that I need to get with as far as the gateway. The gateway in Necronomicon mythology is called Cadith, the primal creative energy Hadith, or Cadith, that abides in cold waste. We talk about this excrement. All this is talking about is melanin, but bear with me because it's going to lead to something else in a few minutes. Cadith signifies the dimensions beyond the grasp of both the walking stage and the dreaming stage. The dimensions beyond the walking stage and the dreaming stage. Now, Cadith is also called the white ship or the home of the gods. I'm going to explain what this Cadith is in a few minutes. Cadith, Ling, is the abominable plateau of Ling. Plateau of Ling is in Tibet. They talk about the gods rest in this abominable plateau of Ling. The abominable plateau of Ling is the high altar of the nameless mass involving the fusion of human and non-human elements into alchemy or melanin. So this upper room that they talk about in Christianity or in Tibet, the plateau of Ling, or in the Necronomicon mythology, is called Cadith, the home of God, or cold waste. Remember, cold waste. I'll get to it in a minute. We'll explain all this shit. The only way to get to Cadith, which is the home of God, and what I've been talking about, this particular thing, been trying to get to this particular gateway, and I've been telling you about this damn gateway. And we've been coming to these lectures, for me, since 1992. And we've gone through a lot of stuff, but and Juju told me this back in 94. He said it's like a damn needle. It's like a needle. You know, a radio dial. You know how you fiddle a radio dial and you're trying to find the station, but it's far off somewhere and you got to get the right tuning. This is bringing the motherfucker home. So listen. So this is the most important part of the lecture. All the other stuff is recap, but this is what this shit is about right here. Then I'm going to go to a text and explain this shit to you. Go to two texts. And let me explain this to you. Cadith, the only way to get to Cadith, this home of the gods, is one way and one way only. Through your dreams. That's it. All this other shit don't mean nothing. There's all the other stuff the text is explaining energy, but there's only one gateway. Jesus says in the Bible, I will prepare a way for you. I will open a gate for you or a door for you. That's in the Bible. Okay? Jesus is the Christ energy inside of you. Listen. The cloud in Revelation, or the cloud, it's called the clouds without water. That's in the book, Mass of the Illuminati, in a book that, what's his name wrote too. It's also in a book called Cloud Upon the Sanctuary. Is the white, this particular cloud without water is also melanin. Now, so the white man has killed millions of black people worldwide to produce this melanin so-called cloud, or he killed millions of white people to produce this melatonin, to get him a so-called sleep aid. Remember that? To try to get some sleep, or try to get some ingest of melanin so he can get to Caddis. Because the only way to get out of this shit is a dream. I'm going to show you something in a few minutes in a damn text. Thousands of years old, and it's right up in that mode. But when we read shit, when we read shit, we just think things are just stories to get to the main point, and we miss the main point the whole time. Now, bear with me. This is the key to this shit right here, okay? Listen. They trying to get the Caddis. They know that Caddis is melanin, so they're using the melatonin as what? A sleep aid. That's what they talk about. But they got to use it for another reason, too. They got to use the melatonin as a sleep aid because we are like a dimension away from Caddis. It's right here in this room. We just haven't put the dial on. They say heaven is right around you. You just can't see it. So if Caddis is a dimension away from us, that surround us, that means it's got to be a dimension to surround white people too. Now look at this shit here. Now look at this. It's got to be a dimension that surround white people too. Now white people was not created from that dimension. So that dimension is in opposition from them. So when they go to sleep, they see monsters and gods, monsters and demons. So on one thing, they got to take the melatonin just to sleep at fucking night because we are into this particular Caddis realm right now. The shit is right around our ass. And they can't sleep at night. Juju said that a long time ago. Said the crackers, they can't even sleep. That's why they got to take the melatonin also, but the other ones try to take it, there's higher doses of this shit. They have to take, the part they're selling the thing is lower dosage. Because the higher dose, see, it was interesting because obviously they've been experimenting with this thing a long time because C. Freeman L. said he had read in the early 80s that they was taking the melanin from a black sheep and shooting it in the asses of white women, and all of a sudden around the 1980s and shit, white women start getting booties. Now they got white women that ain't got no titties, but got asses. They got to get fucking damn implants for the titties, but them motherfuckers got booties. I'm looking at white girls and say, God damn, this mother. And I remember living in Mullins. I think I went fucking 20-something years and ain't seen one ass on a cracker. But all of a sudden, man, white girls got booties. Skinny white girls. And it was saying that they were shooting this melanin they was getting from a black sheep in them. Now, so the higher dosage, these secret society people use that shit to try to get the Caddis. But I remember I was talking to, I knew something was up with this melatonin, the regular shit that they selling on the market, because it's got to be a lower dosage. Because Richard King told me over the phone that if they took the real damn melatonin, even the real shit, the high doses, they can go crazy within 48 hours. That's what Richard King told me. But anyway, they needed to go to sleep. Now listen to this. They dream and they see monsters. Now it's interesting because I was telling a sister that teaches at Georgia State this. She says it's interesting because she got two nieces that's got a white mama. And they half black. They are black, basically. And she said they are on all kind of Prozac and shit, fucked up in their head, because since there was little girls, they couldn't go to sleep because they see monsters when they dream. And that's a motherfucking damn half black motherfucker. So what you think about the white people? Because Caddis is an alternative dimension that is not accessible to them. That which is not created out of something cannot be accessed into that particular thing that it is not created out of. Only that which is created from the beginning can get back to the beginning. You see what I'm saying? They are not the Edomite people. So they're not created from Eden, so they can't get back to Eden. But because Eden is here, they going through all kind of shit, and that's why they got to have that damn melatonin. You get it? Now, listen to this. Listen to this. I'm going to show you something. And let you know I know what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to go into the little story on what happened to me. Then let me get this revelation. In the Gnostic text, which is Bentley Layton's book up there, the Gnostic text, or the Nag Hammadi Library, one of the two, Bentley Layton's Gnostic scripture, or the Nag Hammadi Library, on page 314 in the Nag Hammadi Library. Now the Gnostic scripture is Typhonian Egyptian scripture that was found in 1945. It had Horus, Osiris, and all these Egyptian deities through it until the white man shut down production of translating it until 1977. So 1945, 1977. And when he did translate it, he put Jesus over all the names of the Christ. So still yet, just disregard that. This is the true shit in what the Bible is built out of. Now listen. On page 314, I want to read something to you. And listen to this. And I'll show you exactly what this shit says. The next eon is the psychic eon, which is the one that we are in now. And it shall be a small one, in which is mixed with bodies and begetting in souls and defiling them. The first defilement of creation, the first and from the salt, and begot every work, many works, that this is the way they talk, wrath, anger, envy, malice, hatred, slander, contempt, war, lying, evil counsels, sorrows, pleasures, baselessness, defilement, falsehoods, disease, evil judgments. What motherfucking eon they talking about? They got to be talking about the one we live in. Total degeneration, right? Now listen to the next thing this shit says. But, this is the thing, but, I'm going to replace. Get it again. Falsehood, disease, evil judgment. But, they decree according to their desires. Listen to this. This is the next line. You are sleeping, dreaming dreams. Wake up and return and taste and eat the food and the handout of the world and the water of life. You ever heard, he must not drink the water of life in doom. Listen, this thing just said something a few minutes. It's going through all this fucked up shit that's going on, and then they look and it's like some people overseeing, and the next thing it says is, you are sleeping, dreaming dreams. Wake up, return to the source. Now, this is the question I must ask you. You didn't just get the text, but the shit just said. If all the shit that we're going through, they concluded that we are dreaming dreams, that means that what we do when we go to sleep and dream has to be real. You get the shit? It has to be real. It's right here in the goddamn text. Remember I read something in the Hermetic text? Listen to me right here, because I got to go into some things here. Listen. Let's see that I bring the Hermetic text. Remember I read the book in Hermetica? And I told you that the guy was talking to Tahuti, which is later on Elijah. And Hermetica says, he says, is not the woman real? Is not the man real? Is not the child real? And Tahuti says, no, they are not real. They are only appearances of something that is real someplace else. Say reality can't even exist on a level this low. If things were real here, they wouldn't disintegrate. If something is real, you can't it's forever. You can't make no damn book and come back 100 years later and it falls to pieces. For the mere fact that things that keep changing let you know right there that it's not real. It's only an illusion. It says that the man and the baby and them, they only think they are real. That's in the Hermetic text, Hermetica, Walter Scott's book. Now listen, in here they say these people are dreaming dreams. So if none of this ain't real, then where is the real shit? I've been talking about this shit ain't real since 94. But where's the real shit? Well, if they're dreaming dreams, then what we call dreams has to be reality, right? Okay, this is what happened. I was in a dream on April 1st, April Fool's Day. You get the tarot, you'll find out that the divine fool is the only tarot card that can be used at the beginning of the deck or the end of the damn deck. It is the most powerful tarot card. I'm in the sleep. I'm sleeping. All of a sudden I wake up in my fucking dreams. Wake the fuck up and still dreaming. That's called lucid dreaming. I'm going into this dark cave. Normally I might go, I ain't going up in that shit, because I'm scared, I'm not thinking. But I said, wait a minute, fuck it, I'm awake. I'm Bobby Hemmitt. God damn it. I gotta go to the damn darkness. I've been teaching this shit. I say, let me go up in this thing, I don't care how black it gets. And it started getting blacker and blacker, till it would make midnight in a dark room with blindfolds look like a bright light. That's how black this shit was. Soon as I got to the triple blackness, the fucking fan in the room, because it was during the spring and it's not cold enough for the air conditioning at the time, but it's too damn hot not to have something. The damn fan started going and acting all crazy, and I woke the fuck up. Me and my mate woke up, and I said, wait a damn minute, I got this shit now. I say, some motherfucker fuck with that fan. I said, but in messing with it, they gave me the key, because I probably would have went on back to sleep if I didn't cross over. Something might have happened, and I might have just woke up and not remembered the dream, or just thinking it's just some experience. But for the mere fact that they acted, to the mere fact that them motherfuckers acted so strongly about me going in that cave, I said, I got the shit. I said, there's something on the other side of that damn cave, and it's in my dreams. I say, I got this shit. I say, the damn yogi was doing this shit wrong. These motherfuckers can meditate for 1,000 years, monks and all that shit, but ain't nothing happen on the earth. And we think they're going into God. They're going up into the astral plane, but that's not Godhood. The tikkun is called the tikkun in Kabbalah, and it's talking about creating a new universe. So the mere fact that the new universe ain't created, the yogis was doing it all wrong, because the yogis used to be an advanced Egyptian people, but over the years they had invasion from the Aryans, the Aryans are what the original name for them. They had invasion from the Indo-Europeans, and over the course they lost the mystery, the true mystery, but they kept a lot of the damn text and stuff on how to meditate and all this kind of thing here, but they lost a lot of shit. To meditate means you go in, meditate, and you bring something out to this world to affect your life. Basically. That's why white people can do it. Any motherfucking thing that white people can do it and don't get fucked up, they meditate all day long. You know this shit, something got to be fucked up with it. Because the more spiritual I got, the harder it got to meditate. But let me explain this shit to you. It got more and harder to meditate. Let me explain it to you. To tap into this New Jerusalem, meditation can only take you so far. There's only so far you can go with consciousness. Although meditation is a useful skill to train the body for certain things, and you can go astral travel, you can go certain places, but the key is this. It doesn't have the right amount of energy to take you all the way in. You have to go into the subconscious, because that's called Amenta, the land of Amun-Ra, or Tartarus, or the underworld where Osiris lies. And the only way you can get there, meditation, you can't consciously get there, because you basically, this conscious brain is used for this daytime. The subconscious, the physical. So in order to get to it, it's got to be something when you're not conscious of it, and you got to do that through your dreams. You get it? Through your dreams. Now let me explain something to you. First of all, America, they make sure one thing. Motherfucker don't get no sleep. The ancient people, if they didn't have a ritual or something to do, they went to bed. Sundown, they went to bed. That's why the ancient Native Americans and the Africans could go into dream time. That's, as a matter of fact, the Aborigines talk about the eons of man, and they say, well, what was in the beginning? They say dream time was in the beginning. Now listen to this. They socialize you in Western culture to do this. When you're a child, Your mama tell you to go to bed. You don't want to go to bed. It starts right then. You say, damn it, I can't wait till I get older so I can stay up as long as the fuck I want to. So, when you get older, the prize is, hey, I'm grown, I ain't got to go to bed. Or when you got to go to damn work, you be like, God damn it, I can't wait till the weekend. I don't have to sleep. So, over the course, you stop sleeping. Now, let me explain this to you. Let me get a piece of paper. Explain this to you. Bear with me 1 minute. Let me get a piece of paper so you can understand this. Because this is the gateway. Okay, yeah. That's the gateway. This is the gateway. Now listen. Dreamland. An alternative dimension accessible through a person's dreams early in life. That's why children have nightmares. Because they just came back from Dreamland and they can remember the shit. You know, children wake up with nightmares. They just came back from Dreamland, but they're young and they can't understand what's going on, but they remember the damn shit. That's why they can take better to fantasy, because it registers with closer to shit coming from their dreams. But as you get older, you start taking on more and more of the physical thing. You know, I'm worried about my weight. I'm worried about what kind of clothes I got on. Is this goddamn crease right? Is this right? And you start taking on more of the outer shit. So therefore, this dimension starts closing down, and also you start staying up later. High school motherfucker ain't got to go to bed like no damn person in fucking damn primary school. You get it? Now, let's go on. Dreamland's an alternative dimension accessible through a person's dreams. Early in life, a person can enter these dreamlands at will, but as adulthood approaches, this gateway closes for the majority of dreamers. Only a few adults are able to enter dreamland again through the use of certain narcotics and simply by dedicated dreaming. Some physical portholes between the dreamlands and the walking world do exist, but these gateways are few and far off and are often found in dangerous locales of both realms. So that means that, you know, it's dangerous for a white man to be doing this shit. And plus, you know, some niggas just go to sleep and don't wake up. That's how a lot of us die. You know, they say if the doctor don't kill us, basically that's how most of our ancestors go anyway. They just go to sleep and don't wake up. You see what I'm saying? He died in his sleep. Motherfucker got the hell on. You know, body all fucked up, prostate cancer. Know what I'm saying? Little PV can't rise no more. Shit, they might as well get the hell on. You know, motherfucker, 85 years old, all wrinkled, all up and shit, limping. Fuck it. Now, a journey through dreamlands typically begins when a dreamer descending through the 70 steps of slumber or cavern of the flame. Remember I talked about 72 deities of Goetia or melanin spirits? They call the 70 light slumber flames. Where he will meet a priest called Nash or Kamintah. You hear that word Kamintah? That's another name for melanin or the black one. Or also Tahuti. If the two priests find the dreamer worthy, he may continue down the 700 steps of slumber now to the eternal wood. After avoiding the danger of the wood, the dreamer is free to roam in the land of dreams. So goddamn, that must be a real damn land that is chill. You see? You see what I'm saying? Walking worlders, the dreamlands are the dreamland's greatest heroes. So that working all of this means we are, the people in the physical world, are the dreamland's greatest heroes. These individuals may create an entire city in their dreams and may take up residence in Dreamland following their death in the walking world. This dimension is most famous for the individuals, including King Karnas. This is talking about these different individuals in the mythology that deal with this particular part. Now, the quest of the gods or the home of the gods is called the unknown Cadis. In the dreamlands are the greatest legends called cold waste. That's what I started off with. Now, the key is is this. What happens is this. Over the course of time, you know how you go to school and you might miss 30 damn days? And motherfuckers say you can't graduate, you done missed over 70 days. That means you got back days that you got to make up. Well, because we start at puberty staying up later, we got to make up that time basically in sleep. But if you got to eat, it's kind of hard to do. And the cracker makes sure that the motherfucker don't sleep. Okay? Now, let's deal with this. This is the quickening. So you don't have to make up no 40-something or 30-something years of sleep. All you got to do is just get more rest. And it's how you sleep. Number one, you got to put a bowl of water up under the bed, because that's really what catch the dreams. Then you know, you can get one of them Indian dream catchers. All that shit works. On the other hand, one of the keys is when you sleep, you wake up over the course of the night, but you go back to sleep. But what wakes you up is that damn sun in your eyes. So the best way to sleep is to put something black over the window. Well, since we can't use the damn melatonin shit, and I believe it does the opposite from us, it makes it so you don't dream. What you need is some valerian root. That will make you, valerian root, that will make you dream. But take a good bit of it. Let's say if it say take 2 or 3, take 5 of them motherfuckers. It's only a root. But take enough to get some deep, deep, deep sleep. Valerian root. Put the black over there. But sleep, that's the key to this type of shit, is to sleep. Is the sleep. Now, let's go on and let's Cadet of the cold waste breaks down into the cold fusion mystery. Now, what is this shit that's going to destroy the world? Go get the movie The Saint. The movie The Saint, the one that came out last spring of 97, Val Kilmer. It's on cable. How many people saw the movie The Saint? In the movie, the whole thing was this girl created the theory of cold fusion. Now, remember this theory, the theory was devised at Georgia Tech in spring of 1989. The girl created the theory, and the saint was the person they sent to take it from her by making her fall in love with him. But he ended up recovering it, and they gave it to the damn Russians for some reason. Because everybody all over the world was trying to get this theory. Now, what is this shit? We got an energy that comes from the heat of the sun. But the heat of the sun is an old light, but the white boy harnessed that and knows how to make bombs out of it. He can't harness cold fusion. He can't harness cold fusion like he can. But what is the cold fusion? You got two suns. You got the physical sun, which is the regular sun, the bright sun. Then you have what is called the black sun inside of you, which is melanin. So Caddis cold waste, Caddis, Haddis, the Haddis point, is also a sun. And it produces cold fusion. And this is the fusion that will destroy the world. Also in a book, in a movie called Smiller's Sense of Snow. Came out last spring this time. Smiller's Sense of Snow. And the whole shit was this, they got this guy, he an Eskimo or some kind of shit, and this damn meteor comes down and hits the water and this ice that he's out there, and man, it just turns the whole ice into an ocean of water. But they find this shit in the movie. But they kill this little Eskimo boy, or some kind of Indonesian type boy. They kill this little boy, and they push this woman on the track of this shit, but they're trying to harness cold fusion in this shit. But that's melanin is what that particular stuff is. So you get the movie The Saint or Smiller's Sense of Snow. The melanin Caddis cold waste is the home of the gods, or also called the white stone. Now what is the damn Caddis? Let me show you the Caddis. This is the Caddis. If you've ever seen this picture before, this is what we're talking about. In here you see the yin and yang symbol. You know one side is black. You know, I just put that there. And one side is white. The black is on the inside of us will give away to this white stone. That's the Caddis cold waste, which is also cold fusion. That's what all this stuff is talking about. That's why if you go see the movie X-Files, the new one, this race that was supposed to overtake man by using man as a host, but it was black, which was melanin, saying this again. They did all this shit to produce this thing, and they had the Illuminati up in there. They had FEMA up in there, so they dropped the shit on FEMA and the Illuminati. The little men in the room was Illuminati. But where they were going to try to cultivate this race was somewhere in the Antarctica, or somewhere like that. I think it was. How many people saw the movie yet? Antarctica. One of the poles. Where the ice caps is, but that's called what? The North Pole. Where the fuck is the North Pole? Here's the pole right here. The North Pole is right here. The cold fusion is talking about right here, dealing with melanin, and these crackers is trying to deal with this type of shit. Hitler was all into the North Pole shit. There's a book called Arctos, Polar Myths. Jocelyn Godwin. But this is the real true North Pole. Well, who sits in the North Pole? Santa, Saint. That gives what? Toys to every damn body. Saint is a goddamn magician. It's a form of fucking Tahuti. Giving gifts. Prometheus. He who wears the suit becomes Santa. Go back and look at the goddamn movie Santa Claus. They didn't make the goddamn shit for no children. It's a metaphysical goddamn movie. He who wears the suit becomes God. The suit is what? Black and red. Black and red is the leg bar's color. Huh? What? The leg bar? The belt is black and the boots is black. It's black, white, and red. It's also the black and red temples of ancient Kemet and ancient Africa, and also black and red deals with the root chakra, which is red, and the crown chakra, which is black. He who wears the suit becomes Santa, God. That's what the fuck Santa Claus is. It ain't got shit to do with no man whatsoever. The fucking shit was made by the goddamn Masons, man. The Moors gave them that damn mythology. Santa Claus is a bad motherfucker. He drives on a goddamn mothership, but he drives with reindeers, which is natural energy. He brings gifts. He slides down the chimney. The chimney is a smokestack, which is the Kundalini goddamn energy. The pole, the North Pole. You see what I'm saying? That's what. Why does he fuck with kids? Because kids are innocent. They don't have the ego. The ego is what keeps you from rising to the higher pole. That's the damn energy to the shit. Ain't got shit to do with no. He's fat because he's taken after Buddha. In the ancient world, fat was a sign of prosperity and wealth. He's taken after the Buddha. What is the Buddha? A fat motherfucker with peppercorn hair. You see Buddha, you see goddamn Santa Claus, same motherfucker. The long beard represents the chakra systems. It's white because the chakra, when it's radiated, turns to beams of light. You see what I'm saying? He got his hoe with him, Miss Claus.